Welcome back to Heroic Book Adventures. I'm Steve, and today I will be a member of your survival group as we traverse through the post-apocalyptic wasteland. The Walking Dead comics were released as a series over 193 issues between 2003 and 2019. So what I have here is a Compendium edition where each book contains 48 of the issues. This was really the only way for me to be able to read it because, good luck collecting 193 issues. They were written by Robert Kirkman, and Tony Moore and Charlie Adlard were the primary artists on it. And then there was also a few other artists involved over the series doing like ink work, lettering, and such like that. The covers, I really like that up at the top you've got the survivors, and then when you flip it upside down, it's like a mirror image of them as walkers. So I thought these were pretty cool. Of course, being comics, like I said, it's all artwork, the entire thing like that. So the first thing I really got to address is the price of these. Even with my bookstore membership club discount, these were still a tough pill to swallow. Now, that's kind of to be expected. I mean, putting all that artwork onto every page in here, there's a whole lot to that. So it's going to cost money. And again, what do you think it would cost trying to collect every issue individually? So the way I look at it is this whole series still costs less than an evening out going to a concert and dinner with your spouse. I know I've personally blown money a lot worse on something like this. So is it worth it value wise? Well, that's going to kind of be up to you and your own personal economy situation. I'm not going to go too deep into the plot. I mean, uh, with the success of the television adaptation, I'm pretty sure even people who haven't seen the show are still aware of the basic premise that it's about survivors trying to make it through a zombie apocalypse. And oftentimes, it's not the walkers themselves that are the most dangerous thing, it is the other survivors. It really shows what levels of barbarism people would resort to if put into extreme survival situations like that. If you've seen the show before, is this still worth reading? I thought so. There's enough difference between the two of them. Like there was characters on the show that got knocked off way earlier than they did in the comics here, and vice versa. There's characters in the show that didn't appear in this. There was enough differences that to me, as I was reading through it, I never felt like I knew exactly what was going to happen. So it did feel like a fresh read and not just a rehashing of watching the show. So it was enjoyable. I love zombies. Okay, whenever I see any zombie movie comes out, I have to watch it. It's just one of those awesome kind of settings for me. I would say that the most difficult part about the zombie apocalypse for me would be trying to pretend that I'm not excited. So I've never read any zombie books. So if any of you guys are aware of any that are worth checking out, please let me know because I would be very interested in that. I don't really know how to rate these because this is so different from anything else I read. I've never read any other comic books otherwise. So I think I'd kind of like to divide it up in between the artwork and the story itself. As far as the artwork and just the overall visual presentation of it, it's a 9, man. It's beautiful. It's really awesome to be able, like an action sequence, to see it actually laid out in front of you, or a scene where a character's, grieving over some traumatic event that just happened. Like it really drives it home when you can actually see it in the artwork. So I thought it was just beautiful. I think a lot of people would read through this a lot quicker than I did, just because there's just way less words in it than there is in, say, a novel of the same size. But I found myself really taking every page and just taking it in and savoring it for the beautiful artwork it was. It was just visually stunning to look at. So I really like that. The story, characters, dialogue, 8 out of 10, maybe something like that. It's not the greatest story ever told, but it was fun, fun with some really cool ideas in it. So 8 for that and a 9 for the, yeah, we'll call it an 8.5 overall, this series. Really cool. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it's The Walking Dead. It was a fun read. I thought it was worth the money because I read it over the course of a few bad weather days. And I know in the future I'm going to reread it again, possibly numerous times. So if you think you'd be interested in this compendium edition is really one way that'd be a cool experience for you to check it out. So anyways, I will see you survivors again on our next scavenging mission.